Movement is medicine, so please hold up. I'm going to show you how to do a good pull-up. I know that one was really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Let's get into it.
Pull-ups are one of my favorite exercises, and I will admit I had never done this variation before because I've been able to do pull-ups since high school, and my ego forces me to do things harder and harder and harder. So this is not the most ideal setup. I will say you probably want the bar maybe a little bit higher, in a more secure position, so maybe a Smith machine would be better. And instead of putting your feet on the box like I did, I'd recommend an adjustable incline bench so you can make smaller adjustments and increments. This is not the motion that I'm an expert in, the pull-up. I will go over more specific variations, but you can actually load this, and this is going to make you able to do the pull-ups I'm about to demonstrate if you can't quite do one yet. I can also do another video on assisted pull-ups that are not this, but I wanted to demonstrate this first and show you guys that there's always a solution to getting you to where you want to be with these exercises. Okay, getting into actual pull-ups. Crazy. To keep our core engaged, we're tucking our ribs down and tucking our hips under and forward. That keeps our abdominal muscles nice and tight, nice and strong. And here I am pointing to shoulder width is where I like to recommend people start with their hand positioning. Move further out if you want to feel more comfortable. And I want you to pretend like you are breaking the bar in half by pulling your pinkies into the bar. That helps engage your lat muscles. You're also putting your knees in front of you to keep your core tight and to allow yourself a smoother range of motion throughout this. Smoother, more effective. You don't want to be kipping on your pull-ups if you want to actually get good at pull-ups. Now, if you want to start doing pull-ups through kip pull-ups, I'd highly recommend doing something like that, but I'm not going to be demonstrating kipping pull-ups here today. Go look that up on another time. Do what you can to find a way to be able to do these. I'd recommend you do the first variation I showed instead. I think that's more effective moving forward. It teaches you better control. Here, I'm showing and demonstrating again that I'm pulling my pinkies into the bar to engage my lats and to keep my shoulders in a nice tight position as well. You don't want certain muscles to move during exercise, period. You need to understand what muscles you should be moving and what things don't need to be moving, okay? Here, I'm doing what are called scapular pull-ups. Scapular pull-ups, I think, are a fantastic way to start. A dead hang, scapular pull-ups, allowing yourself to get comfortable holding onto a bar once you get here. I know a lot of you watching these are not going to get here very soon. You could get here. You have to just do things slowly and surely, and scapular pull-ups are a great way to start, okay? So here I'm going to do an actual set of pull-ups here. I'm once again demonstrating. I'm keeping my abdominals tight. I'm gripping onto the bar nice and strong. Yep, see there, I'm showing you pulling your pinky. Whenever you're doing any sort of pull motion, anything that's going to use your back, you really want to fixate, or anything that uses a barbell really, you really want to hyperfixate on pulling your pinky into what you're grabbing. It's harder with dumbbells. Barbell, it makes more sense. Here, I'm just doing a nice tough set. I've not been doing pull-ups because I've had a shoulder injury for a while, so I'm much worse at them than I used to be, and I'm also heavy now. I do not weigh 120 pounds like I did in high school. Here, I'm demonstrating that I think a little pause at the bottom is really, really good when you want to practice good, strict pull-up form. But a lot of these other repetitions, I have been going pretty fast. I just like to feel like I can move myself fluidly up and down. Stopping at the bottom takes me out of it in some ways, but I do think doing that is going to be really helpful when you're doing like fewer reps, especially. You do not have to do a full range of motion every single time you do every single exercise. It would be recommended to get good at doing that and such, but fitness is fun. You can do what you want. If something feels good, do it. Here I am demonstrating that you can also do pull-ups underhanded. This is called a chin-up. For some of you, this might be more comfortable or a better way to pull the bar apart. To each their own. Figure out what works for your body and what feels good to you, and just practice that a bunch.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all love and support this series has gotten so far. If you didn't know, I'm doing a movement-related video every day for the month of May, as well as going live on my live streams for an hour each day, doing my own types of movement, answering questions from you guys, performing movements that you guys want to see. So, if you can't make it to those, which are around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give or take most days, I would ask that you ask your questions in the comments down below. So, thank you so much. And as always, remember,